my loves. Hello, you radiant souls. I have been so excited to get on this camera and to talk to you all, especially because I've been doing a lot of reflecting lately. It was my solar return very recently. It was my birthday recently. And during this time, of course, it's very normal to do a lot of reflecting. And upon reflecting, I was thinking about one, how grateful I truly am for each and every one of you that make up this community. This community means the world to me, and I see how magical you all are. I see you all supporting one another as well, which is the type of community that I prayed for. I prayed for an uplifting community that could really receive from my videos and then could also share love amongst others as well. So again, thank you. I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Secondly, I was thinking about how I want to share more of my earthly being with you all. I know that many of you know me from my channeled state when I'm channeling Reiki or when I'm channeling archangel messages or messages from the Ascended Masters. And there are times when my personality comes out and I also share more of my life updates. But I do want to share more of my life updates on here so that you can get to know me better as well. I do share a lot more of my earthly updates, of my life updates, more of that vlogging style on Instagram on my stories. So if you're interested in seeing more of the behind the scenes of Lizzie as the human Lizzie, then you can check out my Instagram. We can connect there. My Instagram is Lizzie Q. And there's also a link for it in my description too. So if you're curious about that, feel free to connect with me there. Now, for anyone that may not know, I know that I do get some questions of, where do you live, Lizzie? Where are you currently? And I am a digital nomad. I've been traveling mostly Asia. I've been traveling Asia for a year and a half now. And currently I am in beautiful Bali. However, I do have a pretty major life update. It's crazy to even say this because I have felt so supported in the frequency of Asia and the energy of Asia. I've loved, loved, loved adventuring over here and I've met so many beautiful souls. But my heart is calling me to the other side of the hemisphere. And this has come up in meditation so much that I cannot ignore this call. And I made the promise to myself 2.5 years ago when I was really going through it with my health journey. I made the promise to myself that when I recovered from this, at that time it was more so of an if, but I told myself when I recover from this, when I make it out of this place that I was in, which was a very dark place, I will always listen to wherever my heart is leading me. I will always trust the call of my heart. I made that promise to myself and I am staying true to that promise. I'm honoring it. I will always honor this promise that I made to myself. I don't know exactly what to expect from going over there. I do know that I feel very drawn to that area. I feel very drawn to South America. I feel very drawn to specifically Colombia in general. So I just know that there's something I'm meant to either learn, connections I'm meant to meet, initiations to be had, activations, whatever it is, or maybe it's just revisiting some past life energy that feels like home, because when I tune into it, it already does feel like home. So instead of questioning why, I just trust. And every time that I just trust, the more miraculous things end up being. Just fully engage with the present moment. So I am very, very excited for this move across the hemisphere. I'm going to be going very soon, starting November, and I will keep you all updated. If anyone has been there or if anyone has any recommendations for South America, I would love to hear. I would love to know. Feel free to drop them in the comments below. So aside from this major life update, I'm trying to play it off like it's a minor life update, but in my heart, it feels very major. I don't know how long I'm going to be there for, but Again, I always take it one step at a time. I didn't know that I was going to be in Asia for the past year and a half, but it has been absolutely incredible. So we will see what comes to fruition with this. We'll see what transpires with this next step in my journey. Now, as I continued to reflect, I was really thinking about this beautiful life that I've created, this meaningful life that I have created. And truly, I am so grateful. I am so grateful for bringing my visions to fruition, for believing in myself. And I was thinking about young Lizzie, little Lizzie, when she was navigating her spiritual journey and she was still so lost and confused. And I started to journal about what advice I give to myself at that age, which was like in my early 20s. What advice would I give to myself at that time? And I started to write down some things, and I was like, wow, I would have paid to have someone be like, listen up, this is the way. This is the way. This will support you, Lizzie. And that is why I feel called to share what I have journaled and what I have written down with you all in hopes that it will support you in your journey some way, somehow too. And if you're watching this video, I trust that there's something that you're meant to hear today. Nothing happens by coincidence. So you are here for a reason today, and I appreciate you for being here. There's a good amount of advice that I wrote about. However, I'm going to share. This will be the first half. This will be the first video of it. Maybe there will be a part two. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see a part two to this video. So I will share the first half of it. And the very first tip, the very first piece of advice that I would have loved to know, that I would have been very grateful if somebody just hammered this in me, is to start the self-love journey a lot sooner. Start the healing journey sooner. Whatever healing you feel guided to do, there is a reason for that. And the more willing we are to engage in the healing journey, the quicker we shift timelines, the quicker that we raise our vibration to then attract in exactly what we need, which will then bring us to the next iteration of our earthly journey of who we are. And yes, I fully believe in divine timing. I fully believe in divine timing. And when I look back on everything, I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Everything was in divine right order. But again, I would still give myself that advice is to muster up the courage to engage with the self-love journey, with the healing journey a lot sooner, even when it was really painful. And even when I did not want to look at these shadows that I had, even when I didn't want to release this denser energy that I was gripping so hard onto. But once I took the baby steps into the healing journey and felt through the emotions that were so uncomfortable to feel, I came back home to myself. And what a gift that is, coming back home to yourself through the healing journey. I also believe that the more that you love yourself, the more that you will want to honor what your heart is guiding you to do, because that is the greatest form of self-love. Honoring your heart compass, honoring what you feel intuitively guided to do, your self-love cup is overflowing from doing that. Taking aligned action with your inner truth. When you deeply love yourself, then you trust yourself. That is a muscle that gets stronger and stronger the more that you tend to it. So when it came to the part of my journey where I was consuming a lot of content around self-love, the spiritual journey, all these things, manifestation, I felt this call, this nudge, a soul whisper that said, Lizzie, it's time for you to share now. It's time for you to share your truth now. It's time to share what has helped you in your journey. And even though there was still that voice of fear that came up, my voice of love, the voice of love for myself was louder than that fear, which then gave me the courage to take aligned action. I remember recording my first TikTok video and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And as soon as I did it, I posted about manifestation. I literally could feel the energy shift in my heart space, and I felt like I was radiating light. You will feel the profound shift when it comes to embodiment, from learning, consuming, integration to embodiment. And that's where a lot of people are meeting that blockage with, is actually embodying what they know to be true, embodying their truth, embodying all these things that they've taken on. And they're like, this feels right. Now it's time to actually apply it into your life. The more that I fell back in love with myself, the more that I wanted to continue honoring my intuition and what felt right for me. So that would be the very first piece of advice that I would give to baby Lizzie, to little Lizzie. My second piece of advice goes hand in hand with this, and it is to allow your heart to be your guiding compass. Your heart is directly linked to your intuition, and your soul knows your path better than anyone else, anything external. You will know your path the best. You created your soul contract. You wrote your soul contract. You wrote down what soul lessons lessons you would learn, the people that you were going to meet to support you in initiating you into this soul lesson, into healing, into growing. You chose the environments, the locations that would propel you further into this journey. You know, deep down, you know. And so many of the times we want to outsource our intuition because we're scared of really trusting ourselves. We're like, what if we're wrong? What if we do this wrong? What if we do this XYZ wrong? What if it leads us down the wrong path? There is no such thing. If you just take some time to listen, and you may even want to do this right now with me, placing your hands on your heart and just taking a moment to, one, acknowledge that connection to your heart chakra, to your heart space, and dropping from that monkey mind, whatever is going up there, into the heart, feeling into it and asking your heart, okay, what message do you have for me? What message do you have for me? What is for my highest good to know at this time? Just give it a couple moments, and if you want to sit in meditation with this, you can always do this later as well. And if nothing comes to you, that's okay. Trust that whatever answer you are seeking, it will come to you in divine timing as long as you stay in that present moment awareness. The more present you are, the more clarity emerges. What really helped me connect with my inner compass is meditation. This has been my medicine since my awakening. It's something that I practice every single day. I meditate for at least 10 to 15 minutes every single day. When I first started off meditating, I would do it for a lot longer. And now I feel like I can really get to that vibration and that state of presence with those 10 to 15 minutes. And if I ever need to do it more than that, then I will, of course, listen to my intuition on that as well. And meditation can look very different for everyone. It is the practice of presence. It is the practice of awareness. For some people, meditative walks work for them. Maybe it's yoga. Maybe it's painting. Whatever helps to bring you back to present moment awareness is going to support you in hearing and connecting back to your heart space. And moving on to my third piece of advice that I would give my younger self, knowing all that I know today. My third piece of advice would be to honor your authenticity. And this all connects together. The advice all connects together because the more that you love yourself, the more that you know yourself, and then the more that you will want to show up from that authentic place, because it's going to be really, really uncomfortable to show up as anything other than your authentic self. When you show up as all that you are, unfiltered, unapologetically, the frequency that you emit is such a high vibrational frequency. When I tune into it, what I see is very rapid moving energy around those that are very in alignment with their higher selves, which is what their true selves are. It creates this energetic vortex around you. And this energetic vortex brings in, it magnetizes all that you need to support you on your earthly journey, on your spiritual journey, guiding you to the next step, guiding you to the right people, the right opportunities, the most aligned circumstances, to where you'll look back on everything and be like, well, that was a miracle. How did that happen? It's because you are operating at your highest frequency when you are in alignment with your truest self. It's such an expansive, radiant energy. When you're not showing up as your true self, when you're not speaking your truth, when you're not doing what you're passionate for, you're literally restricting your vibration. You're putting a cap to your vibration. And when you let yourself shine, your vibration soars. It is limitless. It is truly limitless, and you feel source energy flow through you. You feel the truth of you, which is pure unconditional love, flow through you. That is one of the most magnetic places you can be. That is the most magnetic energy you can be in. You will absolutely receive all that you need the more that you come back to your truth, to what feels right for you. Now, this next one that I share is going to be the last one that I share for this video. And it's to connect with a higher power of your own understanding. Connect with a greater energy of love that feels like truth for you. You can call it whatever you want, whether it be source, God, angels, Mother Nature, your higher self, whatever you want to call it, as long as it feels right for you. When you believe that there is a force of love greater than you that wants the best for you, that has your best intentions at heart. The more that you tend to this belief, the more that you will see it play out in your reality, because your beliefs manifest your reality, especially your subconscious beliefs. They manifest about 80 to 90% of your reality. So the more that you tend to your relationship with Source, to a higher power, to yourself, you'll find this love reflected back to you as well. I remember when I was younger, I was praying to the stars. I was praying to the moon. I didn't know really what to believe in until I had my awakening to the angelic realm. And then I listened to what felt right for me. And everyone's journey is going to be so unique. So don't compare your journey believing in a higher power to anyone else's. Don't compare it to anyone else's. Again, come back to your core, come back to your heart compass. And when you feel clicked in to the light, to unconditional love, let that reveal to you what feels right for you to believe. And ways to strengthen the connection to a higher power of your own understanding is through gratitude, is through prayer, is through acknowledging that there are external forces that our minds can't even comprehend, that love you so much and want to see you succeed and are there to assist you. Choosing the path of the light and letting that flow throughout your entire being. And coming back to the remembrance that you are not alone. You do not have to do it all on your own. You are co-creating with the universal energies. That is a big thing that we come here to learn. We are not doing all this on our own. And when we remember that, there is a relief that comes upon us of knowing that as long as we do our best, the universe will do the rest. That God will do the rest. Source energy will do the rest. Mother Nature will do the rest. Your crystals, just kidding, not your crystals, whatever. Or yes, your crystals. It will all do the rest for you. My relationship with God, with the angels, with the universe, with source energy has strengthened so much. And the more that I've stayed committed to my practices that bring me back to my heart space, the more that I see these miracles unfold in my life. And I want you all to experience the same, experience as much love, joy, positivity as you possibly can. And whenever you're going through a denser time, you know deep down that you'll be able to make it through, that you have the faith and the courage to make it through. That is the core advice that I would share with my younger self if I could. That is the core advice. And there's more. However, I do feel like that is a good place to pause, to stop. And if you do want to hear the other page of advice that I wrote down, please let me know. I hope that by me sharing this, you were able to receive whatever light codes you're meant to. I hope that you can feel the love radiating from my heart through the screen to you, because I'm definitely sending so much of it your way. If anything in particular resonated or moved you in some way, I would love to hear in the comments below. I would also love to hear what advice you would give your younger self, whether it be 3 years from now, 7 years ago, or 10 years ago. What advice would you give your younger self? Share it as well. And I'm also sure that your fellow community members would love to hear what you have to say too. Remember that your time here on Earth is temporary. So make the most of this time. Enjoy every last bit of it. Make the most of this time and live a life that you love. You are so worthy of a deeply, deeply meaningful life. And I am grateful to be here with you all at this time. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to hit the like button, and I will take that as a yes, Lizzie, we want to see more of this content. I'm wishing you all a beautiful day, a beautiful night, whenever you're watching this. Infinite blessings and miracles to you always. I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.